Good evening, everybody. I'm speaking to you on April the 23rd, the feast of St. George, patron saint of England, and I wish you a very happy feast day. I suppose St. George fascinates us, funny enough, because we know so little about him, because of the legend of him slaying the dragon, and a sort of question about why did he become patron saint of this country? As far as we're aware, St. George was a soldier in the Roman Empire, and he was martyred. It's very hard to know exactly, but in about the year 303 under the Emperor Diocletian. It was many centuries later, the 11th century, when the legend of him slaying the dragon emerged. And the legend says that a town was being besieged, was being haunted by a dragon. And at first the inhabitants used to give the dragon 2 sheep a day to eat. It's a bit of a gruesome story. And then eventually, when they couldn't do that anymore, human beings were sacrificed, and eventually the daughter of the king was going to be given to the dragon. But St. George rescued her, and he slayed the dragon. And when the townspeople wanted to give him money, rather than taking the money, he gave it to the poor. And people were so impressed that they became Christians. That's the legend. And it was during the Crusades, really, that St. George, as a military saint, became very attractive. And it was for that reason that he was declared as the patron saint of England. So I do wish you a very happy feast day, and we pray for our country on this particular day. I was just thinking, I suppose saints in many ways are our heroes. Perhaps we have our own name saints, like mine is St. Kevin of Glendalough. But lots and lots of English saints that we might want to know a little bit more about, to know of our history, our Christian history in this country. So I was just writing some of them down. Augustine of Canterbury, who was sent by the Pope to bring Christianity to this country. He came, landed on the south coast, saw one look at the inhabitants, and went back to Rome. So the Pope sent him back with more troops or more companions, and he began the conversion of England. But St. Thomas of Becket, Bede the Venerable, St. Alban, the first martyr, Columba, St. Dunstan. There's a lovely legend about St. Dunstan, that St. Dunstan one day went into the blacksmith's to have his horse shoed, and who came in after him but the devil? So St. Dunstan, the legend says, took up a hot horseshoe and he squeezed the devil's nose. And that's why a horseshoe is a sign to this day of good luck. Often see it at weddings, don't we? Boniface, who took Christianity to Germany. And 2 saints that I, growing up, had a tremendous affection for. St. Margaret Clitheroe, who was martyred in York. And I love St. Edmund Campion, really, because St. Edmund Campion has got so much to do with Slough, where we live. He was, when he was captured, he was taken along the old Bath Road through where we are now, and he stayed his last night at the Ostrich Inn in Combrook, and then was taken to Tyburn for martyrdom. And in our own St. Bernard's School, there's 2 very beautiful stained glass windows of St. Edmund Campion on that journey. So I would just encourage ourselves, me and you, to perhaps again have another look at some of these heroes that we have, some of our English heroes in our church, and be inspired in how they brought Christianity, how they developed Christianity, their bravery, and often their intelligence. Thank you very much indeed.